Alright guys, so today we have hopefully the first of many actual hardware reviews. So today we're going to be comparing the original model 3DS and the 3DS XL. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first we have the 3DS XL. As you can see, comparing the two, they're pretty different in size. I mean, come on. The XL is what did it say? 90% bigger? Something like that. It's ridiculous. So, as you can see, really nice size screens. If you're looking for the detail and just generally being able to accurately poke the stuff on the screen, then you're going to definitely want a 3DS XL. Generally, you're going to want that because, well, for pretty much every situation you're going to want it, because it's really just better in almost every way. Unless you're going for a capture card, or you like the what is it? Pixel density. If you like the pixel density, a higher pixel density, if that affects you very much, then you're going to definitely want to go with the normal 3DS. As you can see, the screen is significantly smaller. Yeah, it has less of battery life than the XL does. The general consensus is that you have to hold this in a claw grip. So if you like, for example, to hold your mouse like a claw type grip, you can look that up if you don't know what it is, then it's generally going to be better for you to get an original. Also, like I said earlier, if you like the really high pixel density, then that means that the pixels are going to be way closer together on the screens. So if you like that, if that affects you, it doesn't affect all people, but it affects a lot of people. So if that affects you, then I would definitely go with the original. That's actually the reason that I switched over. That is one reason, actually. So the second reason that I have for switching over to the original, and then I'm going to actually drop this on eBay this week, is because if you look at it, it's just generally seems to be made better. I mean, come on, it's like metal on the back. And like, look, if you see this little compartment here for the stylus, that's pretty cool too. Little extendable stylus, so that's pretty cool. Generally, it just seems to be made better. The design, it's really nice. The way that it's made, I like the glossy finish better. It looks kind of glazed, I guess. It looks a lot better to me than the almost sandpapery look that you get from this. This just generally feels more sturdy than the XL. Don't get me wrong, the XL feels sturdy on its own, but it's, as you can see, it's like completely made of plastic. And even if it's just a polymer blend, that makes it a little bit different than the XL. Maybe it's still plastic, I'm not actually sure on that. It definitely gives the indicator that it feels sturdy. Okay, it doesn't feel like the top hinge are going to break. So as you can see, the 3D slider on this one's a little bit different. It doesn't have the little light that comes on, so that was actually something I thought was kind of cool as the original. If you look here, let's turn this on really quick so I can show you guys. If you look up in the corner right here, there's a small indicator, and it'll come on any second now as soon as the console power's on. Yeah, you see that little green light there? Spec that up a little bit, see if we can get it to focus. Right, it's not focusing. Well, anyways, that little green light there says 3D on it, and basically every time something comes on that's going to be 3D, it will also come on. And then you can turn on 3D and I guess just look at whatever it is that's in 3D, actually in 3D. So for games like Pokemon, for example, which you're probably going to be seeing a lot of on this channel, it helps a little bit because you can see some of the moves and stuff in 3D, or some of the environment changes in 3D, and then the rest of the game isn't in 3D, so you don't have to suffer through the lag and all that. So here, let's turn this off really quick. So yeah, the overall consensus that the community seems to have about these two is that you should definitely go with an XL. However, I find that most of the time I'm playing games at home, and if I want to take it out, it's never for a really long amount of time, so I can just get by with the battery life that this has. Also, another thing that people say is the screens are very different. So obviously, if you really value pixel density, then you're going to want to buy a original 3DS. If you don't value pixel density, you want the accuracy of the touchscreen to be higher, then I would go with the XL. Otherwise, I don't really see an argument to be made. It's really up to personal preference, and generally people prefer the XL to the original, but I just like the feel of it. I typically grip my mouse in a claw grip, so this is a lot better for me. I prefer that, okay, if you look right here, the audio jack is right in the middle there, and if we look over here, it's off to the side, so it kind of gets in the way of your hands sometimes. So you're holding it like this, and then you have your hands off to the side a little bit, and it generally just curls around the back. Here, let's see if we can get that in there. Right there, and you're holding it, and it doesn't feel great. It's not like it's a terrible thing, it's not a deal breaker, it's just not comfortable. So again, it really comes down to personal preference. I would go with the original just based off of what I've listed here today. Pixel density matters to me, portability matters to me. Again, you're going to be fitting the original in your pocket a lot easier than you're going to be fitting the XL in your pocket. So that's another thing actually. I feel like the XL is almost made with a lesser quality than the 3DS, and maybe that isn't entirely true. Maybe they're made with the same resistance to, dropping it, for example, or whatever. But I still feel that the 3DS wins out in what I value the most. So if I was to pick a winner here, I would pick the 3DS original. Definitely go with the original if you value what I value, which is basically pixel density, portability, and overall usability, just quality of life stuff. And yeah, otherwise, if you really want the bigger screen, the accuracy of the touchpad, the battery life to be longer, you're going on trips, you maybe don't have a chance to charge it as often, then I would definitely go with the XL. And I think that's going to be about it. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you're planning on making YouTube videos and such like I am, then you're going to have to get one of these, because otherwise I don't see how you would manage to get a capture card, and that's the only way to make quality videos. Basically, what happens is there's a guy that will do this for you. It's at 3dscapture.com, if I remember correctly. He'll take off the bottom here and solder all the necessary components to it, and then put a new bottom on it. And basically what that lets you do is you plug it straight into your computer, and there's some software that comes with it, and basically you can just mirror what's on your 3DS to your computer and record it. So if you're making YouTube videos for the 3DS, for example, then it's essential that you get original 3DS and send it into them. There might be some weird import sites that are doing the same thing. I know they do it for the PlayStation Vita. I'm not sure if they do that for the 3DS XL. And right now he's actually working on getting a 3DS XL capture card and a 2DS capture card to work. So if you're waiting out for that, I can definitely see that, but not in the very near future. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Really appreciate it. 3DS original is awesome, guys. Yeah, go buy a 3DS. No, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it as always. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you got anything out of this video, if it helped you out at all. And drop me a comment below if you have any questions. Otherwise, that's about it. Thanks again, and until next time.